Agartha is a mysterious place mentioned in ancient legends, believed to exist within the earth, featuring magnificent architecture, nature, and a community of wise beings possessing superior intelligence. Although this mysterious place has been referred to by different names in various cultures, it is generally depicted as a legendary underground kingdom inhabited by advanced civilizations. It is said that the Agartha civilization was a continuation of the Atlantis civilization. According to claims, this group, which survived the disaster caused by a nuclear war initiated by the Atlanteans, first arrived in the high plateaus of Brazil. Later on, they settled in underground cities connected to the surface by tunnels to protect themselves from radiation. It is believed that these tunnels form networks connecting two opposite ends of the world, Brazil in the west and Tibet in the east. Agartha consists of wise men and philosophers who, by applying secrets that are thousands of years old, aim to bring humanity great spiritual inspiration. According to Lama esoterics, Agartha means the first step to heaven. According to some sources, Agartha is located in Tibet or the Himalayas, while other sources claim it is in Mongolia. According to Mongolian lamas, Agartha is an underground realm that governs human life. They assert that the wise men living in Agartha secretly manage world affairs. The ruler of Agartha is named Brahitma. He has two assistants, Mahitma, who is responsible for the future, and Mahinga, who is responsible for events that have already happened. Brahitma is the physical representative of the divine hierarchy that governs and administers the world. According to Ferdinand Ossendowski's book, the king of the world is not a myth or a supernatural being, but a flesh and blood individual who holds power over the world's hidden destiny. According to the writer René Guénon, the sacred mountain, referred to in traditions as the center of the world, is his domain. Some believe that the entire history of the world, the religions bestowed upon lost continents, and cosmic teachings are recorded in the archives of Agartha. It is said that Agartha sends some of its sages to the surface when needed to guide humanity correctly. One of them is claimed to be Apollo. In the Indian legends of the Ramayana, it is also mentioned that Rama came from Agartha in a flying vehicle. It is said that Manco Capac, the founder of the Inca Empire, also arrived in a flying vehicle. One of the most important Agarthians who appeared in the Americas is Quetzalcoatl, the great legendary leader of the Maya, Aztecs, and generally the indigenous peoples of the Americas. Quetzalcoatl, meaning feathered serpent, was symbolized as a teaching sage. He was given this name because he arrived in a flying vehicle. This white man, said to be from another race, Atlantis, is called the Great Savior by the natives of Mexico, Yucatan, and Guatemala. It is also claimed that the secret chambers beneath the Great Pyramid in Giza are connected to the underground realm. It is believed that the giant statues of Egyptian gods and kings, as well as the Buddha statues in the East, represent this superior race that emerged to help humanity. In Turkey, it is claimed that the fairy chimneys located within the borders of Nevşehir also form another gateway to Agartha through these underground caves. Traveler Ernest Muldashev writes that members of Agartha who live in Tibetan caves sleep for 200 years, and when they do, their body temperature is below zero. He claimed that these wise people possess a very different civilization and culture. In one of his writings, he details the Agarthians by saying, "Their brains function at full capacity, possessing extraordinary mental power. Moreover, their third eye is open. The true owners of the earth reside in the Agartha civilization. They are wise people who hold all knowledge. Those who do not possess a high level of knowledge cannot enter Agartha," thus offering detailed information about this mysterious civilization. Many expedition teams have traveled to Central Asia in order to explore this mysterious country. The most well-known among them were the expeditions led by Przewalski, Potanin, Kozlova, and Rurik. They traveled across Central Asia in search of Agartha, and in many of their journals, they noted forbidden, secret places recounted by the locals. The locals said that the sages there are hidden in the Gobi and Hangai steppes. In Sanskrit, Agartha means inaccessible, unreachable, protected from everything, a place where no violence occurs. In Tibetan and Central Asian legends, it is said to be an underground organization located within the mountain ranges of Asia. According to legend, Agartha was founded by scientific priests who migrated from Mu and Atlantis. Initially, they were in contact with humanity, but later, feeling the need to conceal themselves, they withdrew to their mountain cities connected by tunnels. The leader of Agartha is the physical representative of the divine hierarchy that governs and administers the world. The ruler of this civilization is known in the East as the king of the world. They have their own religious, social, and political structure. The inhabitants of Agartha are ruled by a government under the leadership of the world king. These people were composed of representatives from Lemuria, Atlantis, and the divine race of Hyperboreans. It is said that the legend of Agartha is 300,000 years old, and that its tunnel system has been discussed for 6,000 years. The Tibetan Dalai Lama is also referred to as the surface representative of this underground civilization. According to this claim, UFOs are actually vehicles of the Agartha civilization, periodically emerging to observe life on the surface. It is believed that the flying saucers seen after the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima appeared for this reason. According to the claim, the famous American Admiral Richard E. Byrd, while conducting polar exploration in the 1940s, accidentally stumbled upon one of these passages and entered Agartha. The Agarthans who communicated with the Admiral stated that they were unhappy about the use of nuclear weapons, then sent him back to the Earth's surface. Upon learning of the situation, the Pentagon insisted that the Admiral must never speak of it and placed him under pressure. According to another claim, in 1968, a satellite sent into space took photos of these holes at the poles. However, NASA removed and confiscated these photos from its archives. Certain groups continue to occasionally publish these images on the internet. In a study written in 1697 by Edmund Halley, the namesake of Halley's Comet, it was suggested that this theory could gain validity in relation to the source of the Earth's magnetic field. According to him, in the earliest stages of the Earth's formation, our planet was composed entirely of molten rock, and as these rocks cooled, due to the Earth spinning very rapidly on its axis, a centrifugal effect caused the inner layers to separate from each other. In the center remained an extremely hot core composed of molten metal. Around this core there were an estimated 2 to 4 layers, each moving at different speeds. Because of this, the Earth's magnetic field was formed. Interestingly, according to Halley, there could be signs of life in the layers around this core. In other words, the core could act like an artificial sun. When he published this in 1697, no one mocked him, nor did anyone take his theory seriously. In the 1940s, all the Nazis, including Adolf Hitler and many other leaders, firmly believed in the existence of the Agartha underground city. Others, however, propose a different assumption. They claim that the people of Agartha share the same world with us but exist on a different vibrational plane, having reached a high level of civilization. They stated that although they are humans like us and resemble us, they have discovered their own spiritual nature and are able to use their spiritual powers. Therefore, compared to ours, their societal structure is based on more spiritual principles. According to Nazi researchers during Hitler's era, the Agarthians had discovered the connection between the human brain and mind and the universe's infinite dimensions. They not only knew the limitless potentials of thought, consciousness, and the mind, but also gained the ability to utilize them. For this reason, they had the chance to become a far more advanced civilization than us. However, the common reality in all these assumptions is that Agartha was thousands of years ahead of us, and well beyond our capacity to understand. From a historical perspective, the claims and assumptions about this mysterious underground kingdom are quite intriguing. The idea that the Agarthians may have reached a level of understanding and harnessing human potential long before us is an exciting subject. Agartha, with its mysterious atmosphere and lost wisdom, continues to captivate many researchers and explorers throughout history, remaining a mysterious concept that opens the doors to a world filled with secrets. It reminds us of the never-ending power of the desire and curiosity to discover the unknown. We are curious about your thoughts on Agartha as well. Share your views and theories about Agartha in the comments, and let's continue exploring this fascinating subject together. See you in the next video. Stay with love and light.